I'm here. There's a long starting soon screen. And I have my webcam set up. I get to look at my face starting today. Okay. It is 7:37 p.m. for me. Hang on. Before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. Oh, you're welcome. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set to 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set up the clock, and I appreciate that. Thank you. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I am. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. I can read. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you become so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Okay, I can do that. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. Thank you. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. The Stanley Parable 2. Gosh, I had so much fun with this yesterday.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor at his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day, every month, of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-winning, Stanley relished every moment of the orders he gave, as though he had been made exactly for this job. Stanley was happy.
So am I.
And then one
I like pushing buttons.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I got an achievement called Welcome Back. Very friendly game. Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The bucket.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
My favorite bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Oh yeah, right. I wanted to find all of the figurines. A large room, lots of boxes. Oh, I already missed that chance. Some are both red and blue. nearby a fireplace. So I know all of those places, but I don't know how to get there.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Hi, Snake Ear crowd. How are you? Hope you're doing good. You know what I realized? I've been calling you Snakey this whole time. I'm not very good at reading clearly.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
I love my bucket.
In his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him, always. The bucket did, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
2845. I'm okay playing a lot of Red Dead. How about you? That's a very good game. I feel like a lot of people are playing that recently. I'm very good. Just got my cam set up.
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 28. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it the bucket
Playing the new Stanley Parable game.
guiding him?
Love this.
This is certainly the most logical explanation.
Have you played it before? Do you know what it is? It is something.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty...
You know what it is, but you never played it?
The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
I played the first one like forever ago, and now playing this new one, it's so great. It's so good.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death. The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Let's do it. I never did it with the bucket, so. It's time to die. Maybe. Maybe not.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Good night. We get saved again.
Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral...
You know what? Excuse me, but you can't even see the bucket. Let me do this instead.
instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed
Isn't it gorgeous?
to death. death of such a magnificent
Yes.
It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
It really is. The bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. Bunch of text that I'm sorry, but reading.
Can you see how
Beautiful.
arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded
25
him?
buckets.
Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Oh dang. Bucket with 2 handles. Ooh. Inferno bucket. That's neat. A very old bucket.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
True. The hanging bucket. Is this another infinity hole? Let's see. Oh. I'm floating. Can I grab this?
There is something we can do.
What did I
Something
do?
We can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision for...
Good night, world. That's one way to end the game. Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
Let's skip the bucket this time. And I want to go to the right so we can get one of the figurines.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes. Beautiful.
Yes,
Gorgeous.
a room worth admiring. It had
Amazing.
really been worth the detour after all, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
There it is. Oh, I need to be able to jump, I think. I wasted all my jumps yesterday. Oh. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, let's just make sure I don't die.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines.
4.
I'm torn between Stanlerines and figures. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me see.
I like Stanlerine.
I'm sure it will come to me.
I guess I need to die now, 'cause... Good night, world.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I'm very powerful. I'm in control.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So we need the red and blue, and we need,
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
what did
he
it
entered
say?
the door on his left.
Let's see. Nearby a fireplace, right. I don't remember how to get to a fireplace. I do remember the place, I think.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley
Oh wait,
walked
the
upstairs
boss's
to his
office
boss's office.
has a fireplace, doesn't it? Yeah. It said nearby a fireplace, right?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
No time to waste.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated,
That was great.
Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
So I guess this wasn't it. Oh, never mind.
You're getting
It
closer,
was.
Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler annulenes. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And
Exactly.
now
Now we have 5.
You can't go back to when you had no Figler annulenes. None of us can.
Okay. Can I go back? Nope. Okay. I really wonder what happens when we get all of them.
Stanley walked straight ahead
Jeez.
to the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Let's go this way this time.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought.
Have you played Red Dead? Yes, I have.
To find out.
Really, really like that game. Kinda wish I played it on PS4, and I really do prefer PC, so I really wish I had it on PC.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Because I kinda want to play it again, because it's been years.
Stanley's co-workers, the lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I played online for like 2 minutes once. I didn't like it at all. I do like the main story though. I cried like a baby when it was over. That ending
This mind
killed me.
control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Let's go.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
Never.
Unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
How long am I gonna be live for?
It was the proof, the heart of the operation.
4-ish hours,
Controls
maybe?
labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking,
That's what I try to reach for when I have time, so
monitored and commanded from
might be longer though, because I'm having so
And
much
as
fun
the
with
cold
this.
reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life, for he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay, so gonna choose the on option this time. Because last time we did off once and then we did on, but with the bucket. But now we don't have the bucket, so I want to see what happens.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they
Maybe.
kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Uh-oh.
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode,
Uh-oh.
eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me. Where we're going. What all this
Won't be able to watch the whole stream. I got a wedding to go to. Ooh.
What's that?
Who's getting married?
Where your co-workers are. A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're going to die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to me. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though. This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you is quite bitchy. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know
Oh wait,
what?
there's a door.
Hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Family friends that wish me luck.
What's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea
Good
where
luck,
you're going or what you're supposed to be
my
doing right
dude.
now?
Or dudette.
Assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it on. I mean, look at you, running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this
I don't know.
video will be beaten? One soul? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
No.
You're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to strut. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No end here, just you being blown to pieces.
Goodbye.
Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we finish
This is making me
until the
dizzy.
happily ever after.
Are we dead? We died, I think.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's go.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Gosh, I really wish I remembered how to get to the blue and red room. Or like there's a way to get the doors to be one is blue and one is red.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
The infinity elevator.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway.
Ooh.
Pure surprise.
Kinda wanna go back to the museum. I think it might be different.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Wait, let me do this. I never turned back.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Can I go back? I can. Huh.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley
Never
actually
mind.
got back into the elevator and went back up. Sit down. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Me neither.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have. An incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Can we not do anything up here? Or if we just keep pressing buttons? I don't think there's anything up here for us. Going back down.
Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
I'm just smart. I'm just smart.
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he? Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Going back to the museum, hopefully.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Down we go.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, it reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss.
That's true.
Nothing the idols from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated, as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly. And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless.
I never got to see everything of this last time, so
Do you see that Stanley
I never went this way.
was already dead from the moment he hit start?
The office. Maintenance room. Thing. Pictures. Fun! The war zone. Alien base. Oh. That's interesting. Money. Oh, that scared me. Cool. Hi, Mr. Narrator guy. Hey, Scully. How are you? Playing some more Stanley Parable, and I have my cam set up. I've just had it for like a week now, or maybe two, laying around. I just got out of bed finally. How are you, pretty lady? Oh, shucks. I'm pretty good. I'm very hot. But it's fine. Very excited to play some more of this. I had so much fun yesterday. Exit. Let me explore some more before I do that, because we never got to see this whole thing. That's my office. That's also my office, I guess. Oh. 2011, 2012, 2013.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Good night, game.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game.
Let's actually do that. Do I want to quit though? Or do I want to begin from the... Let me quit. Because I think that actually does something. Maybe.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
We've heard this 5 million times.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
With the bucket.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
The reassurance bucket. I don't know if you were here yesterday, Scully, when we got the bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
It's my best friend. Okay.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
It is. Look at this place.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left.
Oh yeah, you remember the bucket.
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do. Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley
My
chose
bucket
not
can
to
talk?
think about
What do you
this
mean?
bucket's plan. He was firmly convinced that the bucket
This guy.
had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
I've never seen this before. Danger everywhere. Let's go. Sounds fun.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point.
No.
Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here?
He's my friend.
One of the problems that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket. I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a minute.
Okay. What is this, the gamer room? Look at these colors.
I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Okay, I think I can do it.
This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect.
Oh,
It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual.
dang it. Okay, next one.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of the bucket, not an actual bucket.
But if it's 3D printed, it is a bucket though, right? That was a bucket.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
No.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
This game sucks.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
That most definitely is a bucket.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
You said I'm incredible.
Is this a bucket?
No.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
Never lucky.
Item 6.
The game thinks you're a complete moron. I'm starting to think that I am. I don't know what a bucket is. Yes.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
I got one right out of like 7 or something.
Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Yes.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And therefore nothing could possibly be something.
The bucket is
Unless
everything.
in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift.
Me too.
Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game in time. Okay, here we go.
No.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket?
That's what I said.
Everything in the game was a bucket. Oh my God.
Well, I said the bucket is everything, but that means that everything is the bucket.
I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets.
Okay.
And we'll know that it's all a bucket.
Yes.
If you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what...
It's between you and me, Scully. We know.
All right, here we go.
Alright. Let's go. Do we though? I don't know anything anymore.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something?
I know that I'm not a bucket, because I was still here.
Very much that it was.
I feel weird about him now. Let's just proceed without him.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Okay.
he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting.
Let's try to go through that door now that we don't have a
Perhaps he
bucket.
wanted to stop
And
in
I'm
the
not a
employee
bucket.
lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible.
How did I never see that door before? Crazy. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift is $5,000.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you forgot. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you just convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? What? I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Okay.
Give me a chance. Now listen carefully.
Blue and red! This is what we need.
Stanley walked through the red door.
Look at him.
And there it is, the last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment.
Yes.
This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all.
But
It would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for fickle means.
which was breaking the rules, mostly. What did he say he wanted me to go through the red door? Let's go blue.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue.
I still don't think we're communicating. Stanley walked through the red door.
I think he means this one.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map.
Wow.
We were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Yeah.
Was it worth ruining the entire story I'd written out specifically for you?
Yeah.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh.
A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now,
Please
tell
rate
me
your
about
experience.
with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
5.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something.
Mhm.
Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly. A calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Go to and try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Oh. The leaderboard. Wow. Am I gonna be at the bottom? That's me. Whatever. See if I care.
Would you say that competitive leaderboard helps you feel motivated to keep walking through doors?
Mhm.
Again, honest answers, please.
Not the best, not... it's a
I
2.
nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of the new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Okay.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
No.
Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game,
Oh.
he crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Ah. That's so loud.
You heartless bastard.
Sorry, it was loud.
Because you
Hurt my
hate me,
ears.
it's all purely to spite me. Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done.
I'm sorry, baby.
Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see what we have here.
Another game?
This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Is this a Minecraft ending? It's not.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower.
That's a cute
Perhaps for
raccoon.
some sort of twisted, erotic purpose. Yes.
I can't lie, this looks very cozy. Doesn't it?
Experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Cookbook. Space Puffs, my favorite. Is this an actual game? I can't jump still. Wow.
Oh, no, can't be.
Can't be what?
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly, block it off.
Oh.
Thank goodness, Stanley, what a close call. You wandered off into that thing, that big, open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game.
Okay.
Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Nice big walls.
I think this will be just the thing.
Oh.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind.
Now I'm a true
Just a
streamer.
nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design.
This is weird.
If you manage to get lost in this game,
This is so weird.
I'm impressed.
Oh no, I know.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together.
I feel like I'm in school.
I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
I don't want to play sports ball. Can I play? I can play. Let's change the game tag to Rocket League.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little...
Are you winning,
that I
son?
worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even
I'm so fast now.
like sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball.
I think one is enough.
Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls.
No, please. Ah! That was loud. It's very loud. I'm not a fan.
Are you enjoying this?
No.
Are you having fun?
No.
Is this a real video game?
Yeah.
I sure hope you're having... Hold on. What are you doing?
No. I didn't mean to do that.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come.
Uh-oh. Where are we now? This is creepy. The back rooms. Oh, it's the doors. Can we go to the meeting room? There is no meeting room. Can I go to my office? Does that exist? $43, $44, $45. I don't want to be jump scared. Hello? This is my office. I'm allowed to be in here. Guess there's nothing here.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's got it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up in the end, to make sense out of the chaos.
It was scary to be alone.
That's real.
It was.
That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes, I'll be back with you. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
You don't have to say it like that, though.
Can wait.
Do-do-do. Long loading screen. Very long. Okay. That's trippy.
But I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines. Those figures. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling?
I just leaned over to... Okay.
Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know you're supposed to be telling a story, but would you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love
The memory zone.
to visit the figurines. Just one more time.
This is still very, very cute. Now remembering when Stanley found the collectibles. Yes, I just did that. Got all 6. Looks different. There's a downstairs place now. Ooh.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
7. Huh.
And here was a second Stanley. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But
Yeah.
you continued to surprise me
But
in
I
sort
did
of
it.
mundane, unremarkable ways.
Under stairs or warehouse?
Quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand? Can you remember?
Yes. It was under the stairs.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here, under the stairs. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them.
Mhm.
I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Is it?
Let's see, what came next?
I have never been here.
We found a figure in this pink room.
No.
Well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
I don't know about that. Might be wrong, Mr. Narrator. Yeah. It was here. See?
This was the 5th mini stand, and this one was really something special. It was behind the boss's office. I remember it so
Oh wait, no I can't get that.
Because this one
I'm
was
stupid.
particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Oh my gosh. Hi, BB. Number 5. This is so good. Thanks for watching.
Takes you back, doesn't it?
It
I spent a lot
does.
of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Mhm. Did you miss much? Not a lot. You missed a little bit, but it's fine. There's so much content here, so, you know. been on for like an hour. It's like a really bad YouTube lyric video, yeah. And like all the old tutorial videos back in the day. So good.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct.
I regret not getting the one in the pink room now.
It was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other.
Have you gotten more jumps yet? No.
Which it was exactly.
I'm sad about it. Let's go through the red door this time, because... Oh. It's the same. You are in the present.
And then there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, Mademoiselle.
Bye.
No,
Oh?
I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction.
Yeah!
See how it feels. Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going, I want more. And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Yep.
Yeah, I love that video.
So good. Yes, Levax, it is. How are you?
Still don't remember the
So that's what you look like.
Still no
Sure
memory of
is.
this one. Good room though, a solid room.
Solid pink room.
These really were a treat, aren't they? You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad.
I think you designed that room right.
Next one.
It is, and even more so that I watched another streamer play it this morning when I was half asleep, so it's like deja vu. Even if you haven't seen it, it's the same thing over and over, so you're gonna feel that deja vu anyway. But I like it. We're still missing one though. I'm gonna cry about that forever.
Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave? Keep going.
Okay. Pop, I'm eating lasagna and watching you stream, so you can't stop streaming anytime soon. I'm not about to. I'll go for many more hours. I wish I had lasagna now.
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines.
Yes.
I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
This is how I am with memories. Like, please don't make it stop. I want more. Clinging on to stuff.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally so...
Do we get more jumps?
I remember hating it back then. But time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say...
Pep has a really bad memory, yeah.
Now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more.
Give me jumps.
More memories.
More jumps. Please. Dang it.
Oh, yes, the Tilton door.
Ah.
I could have forgotten that. A classic memory, this one.
Does either of these games have a true ending? All of them. All of them are the true ending.
And before everything else, there was your office.
This is where it started.
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office?
This is where I was born.
Something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions and would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory?
Yes.
Let's do that just once. And give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling the story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Hey, Stinker. Hello, Jimmy. How are you? This game makes me feel like if life was a simulation. Yes. Right. Now I want lasagna for 15 in the morning. Thanks, e-bags. The quality makes me want to rip my retinas out. It was just a memory.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
I'm gonna bring the bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone. Not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
You're a wrestling fan, right? Working on MITB art now. Yeah, don't mind some wrestling. Don't watch it more and more besides WrestleMania and the Rumble.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left.
I don't know anything about wrestling.
No,
For the record.
said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
His bucket voice always
Stanley
cracks
did
me
not
up.
question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Yes.
In here, said the bucket. Go into this dark room over here. Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Yes, bucket. Oh, gosh.
Now pick up the phone, said the bucket.
We never did that.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Bucket is back. He is.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
pretty nice place. Oh. Hello, Stanley, it's me, your bucket. Proceed to take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable reassurance bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Press N to take me back home with you. Work, 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 work.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
I did have some lasagna actually, but I had to bin it yesterday, forgot about it in the bottom of the fridge. I do that all the time with lasagna, it's so sad. Press K to go back to work. Wait, let me look at these mugs. I need a hug. Aww. Okay.
I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it would ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different.
Why is this making me sad?
It doesn't do anything else.
Don't listen to the loud man. Press Y for us to go back home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Press O to ignore anyone in your life except for me. How's the Italian food in Australia? I know Pup said all the food in Sweden is different tasting than in America. It is. It's very different. It's very weird. Like the same stuff will taste so different.
It's sad, but he doesn't like it anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Do you believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press the T. Go back home. I'm feeling emotional.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection, but it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdy.
More special?
capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Press U to relive the same day with me over and over. Pup better not cry. If I cry over a bucket, I mean, that's something else.
Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket.
It's my bucket.
Need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket.
It's my reassurance bucket. Press U to go home. To work, to home, to work, to home. I'd say Australia is probably one of the best countries for Italian food outside of Italy. Lots of Italians here. Ooh, another reason to go there.
I'm having feelings. The bucket.
Me too.
What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket?
Oh wait, not like that. Not like that.
Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
I don't like the bucket like that.
Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
Go back to work, Stanley. That was something. Nice, I watched Apprentice food compilations on YouTube just to fantasize about Italian food. Doesn't the food look very good in that show or something? I've never seen it, but I've heard about the food before.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
This game gives me an existential crisis, same. And I was just emotional about bucket. Oh my gosh, I just realized, is my sound different? I just realized I think I have it on my webcam. I'm like 1.5 hours in. Is this better? This is probably better. Oh no. Professional streamer? No. Is it the same? It was better before. Now it sounds super quiet. It's actually better, but I couldn't hear the game. Now it is just how I usually have it. I think you just need to turn up your volume, e-bags.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, warn us if you change it back or you'll wake my house up. No, I'm gonna keep it like this. The thing is, it was using both my mic and my webcam. And I didn't realize, and it was like going all the way to the red. So I was like, what was it, like super loud or something? But yeah, now it just is how it
Yet there was
usually
not a
is.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to
Who
his
moved
boss's
my
office,
desk?
hoping he might find an answer there.
Get Chris out of the broom closet. That webcam has a surprisingly good mic. I'm gonna have to watch the VOD and see. Maybe that's better for now than this. That's weird though. I will eventually get like a mic, but if it's better, then
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Is it hard to hear me? BB, do you agree? Not that I don't believe you, e-bags, but I'm just trying to figure out if it's... if it's a you problem.
Here's the door, just go.
Well, I had to double the volume on my TV and it's still quieter than it was before. I'll turn it up a little bit if it's really that, I'll do this. Hopefully that's better.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
So the way you have it now, it's probably right to hear the game audio, but you probably have to turn yourself up. I did quite a bit. Is it better?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
At least it has subtitles, which I'm cool with because of the thousands of anime episodes I've seen. Yeah, I need subtitles for everything. Yeah, I hope the volume isn't too bad right now. But like, this is how I usually have it, so I feel like it's safer to go with this than to like change stuff around.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
I mean, I'm still very new to all of this, so
all this time.
Trying to figure it out.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Same in all the foreign movies I've watched, trained me for it.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its... blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Okay.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
I remember one achievement from the first game. It's pressing this door like 11 times, I think.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly
Well, I had
5
fun
clicks.
watching the live, but I need to go. See you next time.
I would say that's the kind of effort that
I need to
warrants
go.
recognition.
See you next time. I can read. Thank you for watching and sticking around. I hope you have a good time at the
I'm
wedding.
still not feeling the
Good luck.
satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Sure you do, eat bags.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Did you say 417? I zoned out.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437 coming up.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it
Let's
10
go.
clicks or so.
10 clicks or so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Now, back to door number 437.
Top listens to orders and doesn't try your own path. What a binky. I do.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Copying machine.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
I'm excited.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
419. Not this way. 419. 419.
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416.
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
I'm excited.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes! We did it!
We did it!
Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come
I got the
today.
achievement.
Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks.
That's what it's
Really
called.
Now, what were you thinking?
I got an achievement and some excitement from it. That was...
When Stanley came to
Pulse
a
went
set
up.
of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? I mean, truly, truly, deeply, madly, love.
I don't know about that.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Let's do that. We haven't done that in a while.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Nope. Honestly, this is the best narrating I've ever heard in a
Stanley
game.
didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and
It
get
is.
even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
I'm scared.
No, 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 no. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay, okay.
The streamer's ready.
We just had to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole
Hello.
story
Everyone
completely
say hi to
unusable.
my
How about,
fiance.
rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
We've gotten this before. Close your eyes, Stanley.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Let's bring
Stanley
the bucket
decided to
this
go to the
time.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait.
I
what?
wish we had the jumps now,
No, I
so I
restarted.
could jump
swear,
through
I definitely
this.
restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be...
It's such a
Why
bummer.
did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on.
Not
Why am
me.
I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay then.
If you replay
It's an
this game and do things slightly
Come,
different,
Stanley. Let's
we see different
find the
variations
story.
of scenarios, yes. Or is it more or less the same as the first playthrough? I'm not sure how many endings there are, but there is definitely a lot. And even when I started the game today, you put in the time, and it like thanked me for putting the right time, and it told me to next time put my favorite time, because I cooperate very well. So it's like even doing
I'll
things
say
like
it,
that or like
this
quitting
is
the
the
game.
worst adventure I've ever been on.
Will
I can
bring you a
promise
different
you,
outcome.
there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart
neat.
the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Did I miss the bucket? Or was the bucket not there? Has it not been there since the weird romance thing or whatever?
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything? Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
We've done
No,
this.
wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
I win.
Oh, no.
I'm a gamer.
No, I don't feel right about this
Oh,
at all.
what is this place?
We both know you didn't put in any
We've been
actual
here
work
before.
for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
I won though. Twice.
All right.
Now we're
I've
getting
got a
the line.
solution.
Should I
This
restart?
time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
We've done all of this before.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what?
I don't think we ever
what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood. Wait, cut the music, go back and look at that fern.
I did that last time, so let's not.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable,
Line
right?
trademark.
The story? Is any of the... Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Restart. I kind of want to restart though, because I want to replay all of this. Begin the game again. I want some of that new content. And the new content even. That's the good stuff.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
Bucket.
meeting room. The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Huh. Guess we'll do that. You just wanted the bucket again. I did. No, but I also didn't want to like replay the exact same thing. I do like the bucket though.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket.
Ooh.
You can feel that, can't you?
I
The
can feel
aura
it.
of jealousy. It's as clear as
Oh.
day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket.
It's not a regular
I
bucket.
know how hard it
It's
must
a reassurance
be, given
bucket.
the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems.
No.
Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient?
We live
that
together.
your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I'd never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
That's kind of private though. Let's not do that.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
The bucket content really is the best one. We were at a game show earlier where we had to identify objects, whether they were a bucket or not. And it was great. we came to the conclusion that everything is a bucket except for me and the narrator. Anyways, to be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick just one. Whatever that means. We've never been in the elevator with a bucket. Let's do it. You're a good bucket. Thank you. I try to be. It's just the same. Just wanted to see.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him all, but Stanley guessed the correct code by
So the whole
sheer
bucket
luck.
edition is part of the
Was
new
it the
content?
bucket
Yes,
knew
I can
or
hold an
was
item.
the bucket guiding him?
That's so cool.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Well worth the money. Currently for endings 19 from the original games and then 24 new ones. Wow. So it's more than double. Then we are nowhere near done. I think. I hope. I'm having fun. I'm not keeping count.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
We haven't turned it off. Wait, did we turn it off or on with the bucket? We turned it on and watched the silly
The
birds.
lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
So let's
Stanley
turn it
and
off
the
this
bucket
time.
both wondered to themselves.
Or was it the other way around? Heck. I don't know.
The monitors jumped to life,
Phoebe, you were
and
here, do
Stanley
you
nearly
remember?
dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or
Wasn't
not
paying
want to do in the
attention.
first
Okay.
place? These questions
Me
raced
neither.
furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content.
Gosh, I wish I could
Walking,
remember.
eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of
I'm
his
pretty sure we
past
turned it
began to
on.
sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate.
Aww.
Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support. What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
If only I had my jumps
Silence
left.
filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms.
But it's my
Not while
bucket.
this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Would you live forever if you could and just float in the cosmos? What? It's a Bill Burr video about him talking about that just now. Judging by your big smile, the bucket is making you very happy. I love the bucket. I mean, it is a nice bucket, right?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had... Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I'm trying to think what we've done. Sorry.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
And to answer your e-bags, no. Would I want to live together, especially floating in cosmos?
Yes.
I would be bored as hell.
This is the most logical explanation.
Yeah, living forever would not be fun.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Woohoo!
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Pup, what are you drinking? I'm drinking water. Need it when I talk so much.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to
Did
be.
you just die
To be
dropping
sure,
down there?
it puts the mind
No.
and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket.
about to.
But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death. It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
We've been here before. I remember this from last stream.
Can you
Yes,
see
but
how
now it's
arrogant
buckets.
it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to
Fantastic.
claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
The stress bucket. When does your bucket get a gun? That would be great. At one point, the
No
corridors
man can
at the
own a
office
bucket,
was like all
and
weird
certainly
and,
not a
and
bucket as dazzling
dark,
to behold as this
it was
one.
very scary. At that
It
point,
is
I wish my
man
bucket
who
had a
should
gun.
kneel before the bucket.
The hanging bucket. Right, this is where we touch the gun. Touch the gun. Touch the bucket. Brave pup. Thank you. I tried.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket.
So last time
we
I
can
didn't
save
quit.
the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision for...
We're dead. And so is the bucket. Thoughts and prayers, please. How do you get the female narrator? That's just at that part. I don't know why. It happens.
All of
R.I.P.
his
bucket,
co-workers
but
were
also
gone.
you too.
What
Thanks.
could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So let's go. Trying to think. Across the storage room
When
all the
Stanley
way to
came
the
to a
end
set
and
of
actually
two
answer
open
the
doors,
phone
this
because
was
we haven't
not the
done
correct
that.
way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
This is left.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. I'm
Fine.
not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
That always
That's her, Stanley.
gets me. Hello? Okay.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Ugh.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
She sounds nice. She looks like you. Thanks.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
I have more hair though. Good morning, employee 427. Press F on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Yeah.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button.
That's the
Now
whack
he's
apartment.
eating lunch. Now he's going home.
Is what it is.
Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Only paying 2K a month in this economy.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Press M to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Proceed to prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with
That's
many
not dinner.
possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby.
We
And he
played that.
called it the Stanley Parable.
There was some fire involved. Tell your kids the story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy.
kids.
And so in his head,
Oh, yeah, the boys.
he relived it again, and then again, and again, over
What a
and
dream.
over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Love you, wife.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality,
She
all
left
he's
me.
doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Good night.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop.
That's harsh.
Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
If you had a dead-end job and played this game, it would frick your brain up.
You see? Can he just not hear me?
I
How can
tried
I tell
not
him in a
to.
way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
I question nothing.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Please die. But why? So far, I think the bit with the reviews was the best. The narrator took it so personally. Yeah, he was like, let's see what Cookie9 thinks
All
about
of his
this.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So what? Have we gotten all the endings? Should have kept count, probably.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Is there an achievement for all endings? No, I don't think so.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
There are achievements, obviously, but they're not linked to the endings, I believe.
Here's the door, just go. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Actually,
At this point, Stanley was making a
can someone
conscious,
do me a
concerted effort to walk forward
favor
and willingly confront his
and
death.
look up the game? How long this game is? Because right now we've been playing for 2 hours, and yesterday we played for like 3? I feel like it should be longer, right?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that
It
his life
says
had been of
1.5
no
hours on
consequence
Google, does it?
whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind
Does it
man.
really?
And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Yes, in 7 hours if you get 100 all the achievements. Google is Faker Gamer.
Farewell, Stanley.
I'm not a
cried the
faker gamer.
narrator, as Stanley was led
We
helplessly
have
into the
gotten all
enormous
the
metal jaws. In
endings.
a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
I wish there was a way to see.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Beat Me to It, How Long to Beat is a great website.
When every path you can walk has been created for you
I
long
didn't
in
know
advance,
about that actually. I
death
just
becomes meaningless, making life
Google
the
the
same.
name of the game
Do you
usually
see
in
now? Do you see that
game
Stanley
time.
was already dead from the moment he hit start?
I haven't been down here. Narrator outtakes.
And finally, he pushed the number 9. Stanley pushed the number 6. Stanley pushed the big red button. Let's see. Stanley now then, this elevator for sure. Stanley stood on the roof, on track to where he was supposed to be in the story.
Okay. I do need to take a quick break to refill my water in a second. Maybe I can, while I do, I can look up if, what's it called? If there's like an achievement or something that like keeps count for you. Because I want to like Google it to like spoil myself. The apartment time. What is this new? Is this something we haven't seen? Oh, it's just a different version. I think I'll do that actually. I'll see. Trailers. Where's the exit? I'm lost. Is it up here? What were those colored switches on the wall? These ones? Sending levers. The player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color they had pulled. Sounds like a puzzle for me. There's no achievement for getting all endings. Oh, okay. Maybe I should just like look them all up then, and we'll try to play them through just so we can see them.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking
one thing we
someone
haven't
else's
done.
path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't a good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket bucket turned out to be correct? Was it? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley put
Sorry,
the
I'm
door on his
skipping
left
over all
to
of
go
this.
back to
We've
the meeting
heard
room.
it so many times by now.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the
Still the
meeting room.
voice.
Go somewhere else. The cargo lift,
Ow.
yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Bucket sounds handsome.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
That's the voice
Stanley
of
once
a
again
handsome boy.
obeyed blindly.
I haven't done this
Now pick
with
up
the
the
bucket.
phone.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
It is
Can't you
kind of
see?
fun.
Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds?
Hope so.
Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit,
Okay.
with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny. Oh, I'm Dunny with the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the
Is that funny?
cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were
Yes,
throughout the
that's definitely
joke
how to do
is the only
comedy.
way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, with each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence, and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles, all of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Huh.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing
Are
are
you done
still as
yoking
relevant
streams
today
over,
as
I
they
guess?
were back then. So, with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Let's head back. Today I didn't choose violence. Usually if someone said I'm done with the funny, I'd respond, you got to be funny first to be done with the funny. The bucket is very funny though, so he can say that. I wish we could get the jumps back. I keep saying that. I'm so upset that I lost them all first thing. If this was an easy stream, I 100% would have said that. To say it next
I
time
can
he
feel
streams.
it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The
Talking
king
bucket.
of comedy.
Done
That's
with the
what you'll
funny.
call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now? Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley. The bucket spoke. The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
This is the best game ever. Where are we going now?
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this was all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault,
I'm
Stanley.
sorry.
I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
I'm sorry.
Here we go. You ready?
Okay.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be
This is
a
the biggest
build-up
horror
to this
game.
point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic
Horror
wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my...
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the
Well, you did
delivery?
say you were done with the funny,
Pale
so it
with
makes sense
shame.
you skipped his
Pale
joke.
with shame?
Yeah.
Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is
Gorgeous.
so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
He looks small. He is small. Oh, this is different.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
Do we
memo.
bring the bucket or do we leave the bucket this time? I will let whoever responds first decide. Take or leave? Leave.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I was going to suggest do both. Sorry. I will next time.
Here's the door, just go.
Well, now we're just back to this. So I'll finish this, and then, if next time we start it's different, I'll keep going. If it's not, I'm gonna take my break, and I'm gonna,
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
look up the endings. Not gonna, like, read through them, just, like, briefly see if I've done them all or not.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Go the
What
escape
horrible
route.
secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
We've done that many, many times. We've also done this many, many times, so...
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them,
Jump off the rail.
eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Dang, I think I missed my opportunity with the chair that's over there. You can climb on chair. Yeah, I think it's that one that you can climb.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible.
If only you didn't use up your jumps. Such a tease. Such a tease. Wonder if you can somehow go back to that, because I would love, because there are so many places where you could, like, jump over stuff. If I just had my jump, or maybe...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Let's go
Perhaps he had
jump off
simply
that
missed a
rail.
memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his
So funny
boss's
yesterday
office,
when I got
hoping he
raided
might
and I was
find an
just
answer
sitting in the
there.
broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
If I made this, I'd 100% have an Easter egg with the 420 room. I'm surprised
the
there
door,
isn't
just
one,
go.
or maybe there is. I'm not sure. This is definitely like the type of game that would have that, you know?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Find the share. The share. The share.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Welcome!
Yay!
You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours. So here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content? Always more content, more content, more.
Yes.
And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this?
That's what we like
wrote
it.
a new piece of music just for this section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are. We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
Good job, you did it. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Good job, you made it to the bottom of the mind control
I love this myth.
facility. You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Now it's an ending. I believe
Proud
in
of you, thank you.
I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams. But railings don't mean anything.
Why is this song
job,
good?
You did it. Good job. 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 You did it.
I did it. I'd also do an out of bounds one. I'd make people think they found something game breaking, but really it's all part of the plan. That would be great. I love boundary breaking. Telephone's ringing. This one? This one?
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct?
No.
Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Do we jump the rail with the bucket now? Is that the plan? Let me in! I think that's the plan. Bucket wants to listen to music.
Ah, the embrace of an old friend. A weathered companionship that stands the test of time. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd come into a staircase. Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
So anyone who's willing to give me or us a bucket as a wedding present is inviting. Is invited. That's what I want.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Let's listen to some music. If I get a bucket, I'd be extra invited.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Can I be extra invited?
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered, but just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below.
I didn't trip, I jumped.
Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall.
Aw, thank you,
Now,
bucket.
what to do next? Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed.
Oh.
It really wasn't so bad down here, a bit cold perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis.
Paninis?
But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning. It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense.
This is the true ending.
Which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground.
Get the bucket, the world's best bucket mug.
True.
He deserves it.
An ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
We're back. Alright, so I really need some water. I'm gonna take that break now, and I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Maybe 3. I'll be back in a second. Okay. I am back. Wow. That's a charming pose. That's what I look like when I mess around in OBS. Anyways, BB, you are gonna be very happy about this ending. Because I was just looking up some stuff.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Wait.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This is different. That means I can't do what I wanted to do. Never mind. We're gonna have to do something else. So many boxes. Oh, because I answered the phone. That's pretty funny. There was, let me check my phone. I'm a pro streamer, I know. Because there was another funny one that we can do. Right.
When
Just so
Stanley
you know,
came to a set of two open doors. This was not the correct
I'm not
way
sure
to
what
the meeting
happens or
room,
anything.
and
I've just
Stanley
looked
knew
up like
it
how to
perfectly
get
well.
to
Perhaps he
the
wanted to
different
stop
endings.
by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
It was okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
We've been here before because we got the figurine out there. What I didn't see at the time was this. Event. Help, help, the striped shirt savage is tearing off my arm. Ow. Jeez. I'm so confused. That's me with the two doors.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do.
The world is pretty
Now I've
exciting.
become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
What did I do exactly? Alright, now, BB,
All of
if
his
you're still
co-workers
there.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
See. You're here? Okay.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
Yeah?
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yes or no? No, I don't think we're over it.
Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Would it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
I'll do a 24-hour stream tonight and just sit here. I love those moments of self-awareness. It's awesome, isn't it? Let's do yes. Yes. Let's do yes. We can't do yes. Let's do no. I think we're stuck here. I got an achievement saying you can't jump. I know I can't jump. It sucks. Over here, I guess I can look at more endings. I can't do anything. So many of them are like specific. We can do this one. I think I just need to restart the game. That was a good one though. Should we do it again and do yes first?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want.
So sassy.
Like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Ooh, song.
There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable, and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong, and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. You too will become quite unbearable.
Another cool one would be if you find a swimming pool, you can go swim, and the narrator's like, you can't jump. Did you really think you'd be able to swim? Really? This is why I have to guide you. That would be on brand. Right, that one. Oh, I thought it was over. It's over. Oh, it's over now. Good song. Okay.
Just a step through this door.
I think I could be a writer for a game like
That's all I
this.
need. If I can make it through this door,
Probably.
I can make it through them all. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I really wish there were
Yet
more
there was
games
not
like
a
this.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might come into a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What we need to do for this one is, before stepping into the office, we step in and then we quickly move out. I don't know how quick I have to do that.
Here's the door.
There we go. But then I'm not sure what to do. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. Do we go to the meeting room or something? The narrator is gone. Oh. You're now leaving. Escape pod bay. These weren't windows looking out this whole time? Pup beat the game. I feel like I did. I don't know if you were here, but I was saying, like, I looked up the endings. I didn't see, like, what would happen, but just, like, how to get to them, and then blind rest of the way. This is cool, though. Feels very lonely without the narrator guy. It's all the same. I don't like it. 7:59. It's so dark too, you can like barely see anything. Escape pod launch. Am I even moving forward? Oh, I am. So that's what's in here. That was something. Yeah, what else we got? I like that. That felt very eerie. We've done so many. Oh, right. This is one we didn't do. Well, we did it, but there's two
Stanley
options.
wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from when Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
So
But
sad.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
You're going the wrong way to the meeting room. I keep calling it the meeting room. Are you the narrator guy?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Me.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
No.
Someone you've... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
So last time here we
Now
did
listen
do
carefully,
as
this
you
is
said.
important. Stanley
But this time
walked
we will.
through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped.
I feel like I'm at like couples counseling with the narrator.
Here, let me show you.
Okay.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
I don't know, puppies?
Here. Yes.
What the heck
it's
is
beautiful,
this?
isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
This is relaxing, I can't lie. stream to study or relax to. This room makes me feel intense anger. Okay, I'll leave then. I'm sorry.
No, wait. Where are you going?
Going back.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
He's worried about me. Stanley.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Oh, I feel bad now. Oh.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing. No! Oh, thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Do we? Looks like my art. Ooh, red now.
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both
Did
be
you draw
happy.
that?
We really can.
Oh, you made the
If we
joke.
stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
Um, that's enough.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
I'm gonna break my other leg now.
No, no, what are you doing, Stan? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
Nothing. I do whatever I want.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
No. That's not right.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
We've done this, we've done this, we've done that. Okay, we haven't done this.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
We're gonna do the escape
Still
pod.
no one was here.
Ending
Stanley
again.
needed the bucket's warmth and
But
comfort
with the
now
bucket.
more than ever.
Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
What's that sound? Is there fire outside? It's raining outside.
Stepping.
Maybe that's what it is. I hear tapping noises outside, and the first thing I think is fire, not rain. Could be a lot of excited dogs tip tapping. Cute. Okay, let's see what happens. Ah, so much walking though. So how's everyone's day going? You're tired? You should take a little nap. Hi, welcome back. The bucket again. Yes, we're going through all the endings now. I have them like on my phone, so I know how to get there, but then we experience them together. Gaming, I can't sleep. I feel the same. I'm very tired too. To the escape pod. Oh, we get a cutscene. No. Bucket! No! Wow. I didn't expect a cutscene. That's the second time I get emotional about the bucket. That's actually all of them, I think. Let me double check. Stanley Pineapple game is sad. It is. It's like weirdly sad at some points. Occasionally the path to Two Doors Room will be changed. Okay, so let's do this. We restart the game until we get the right layout. And then... we open 426. there you go. That's what we want. BRB kept being annoying. Gonna let him out. Let that boy out.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Welcome to the whiteboard ending. Wait, dog mode? I can bark! That makes me way too happy, I'm sorry. Lynn has her own mode. You know? Anyways. That means it was probably dogs outside the window, yeah. That's the true ending. That's the best ending. Nothing else. Hey, just wanted to come by before I go to bed. Thanks for stopping by, Simeon. I can bark. Okay. Is that it? That's it? Did you say? No, I said I can bark. What more do we have? Oh. We need to interact with some screens. That's a lot. Okay, sorry. I'm annoying.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
It's tedious. I'm not gonna do it. There's one final one,
Coming
though.
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door, just go.
Easter egg hunting? Did I read that? But yeah, sort of.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'm glad I discovered that now and not in the beginning of the game, because it would have been so annoying for anyone.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this
Echoing.
place hold? Aha! You...
Anyways, here's the last ending.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Hi, Simeon. Wait, did you leave? I'm not sure.
All
I'm
of his
gonna see if I
co-workers
can
were gone.
do
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
that
missed a
one.
memo.
I need to interact with bunch of monitors, like during different playthroughs. This one and fill it up. I'm not sure if I can just restart once I do that.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Is it?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, the next
Yet there was
one's
not
up
a
here.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer. Coming to a staircase,
Simeon Pop's got
Stanley
a whole
walked upstairs
setup
to
going.
his boss's
I
office.
do. You just got a lot of toys. They're not toys. Okay. It wasn't as tedious as I thought it was gonna be.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
So let's do
Stanley
this.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply...
Are they Funkos? Yes, they are. I'm not collecting anymore. I did for a while. What now? These are buttons. We're in heaven. That's that. That's the game. We've gotten every single ending of the game. Is this a reference to the first game? You mean the heaven? I don't think it is. It's just like Stanley's heaven. He likes the buttons. Heaven. Is that what heaven is like? Well, for Stanley, he likes buttons. You think so? What game are you playing next? I'm playing Portal next. The first one and the second. The first one is pretty short, so might as well do both. Not today though. Right now I'm gonna get off. So I need to eat. Pup should let us vote on the next game. Don't forget it. Yeah, I was gonna do Portal before this actually, but then I got too tempted to play it. So Do accelerated backwards bunny hops on Portal 1 or I cancel your stream. I can't do bunny hops. I keep trying, but I just can't do it for some reason. Bad timing. Awesome was for Portal, not you getting off. I got it. Don't worry. But yeah, I'm gonna get off and I will... What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Sunday. I'm gonna stream tomorrow. Do a stream where you play with your toys? They're not toys! They're collectibles, like how we collected the Stanley figurines in this game. You and Pup have the same accent? Do we? I mean, Estonia is pretty close to Sweden, but I don't know. Funko Tea Party. Right. Well, it was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed this as much as me, because I had such a good time playing this. It was so much fun. And I'm glad we got all the endings too, because I have played this, the first one, but I never got all the endings. And obviously, you know, there's more and everything. You did, it was great. I'm glad you think so. Once the next stream, tomorrow, probably around the same time. Around like 6 or 7 my time, which for you would be 12 or 1 during the day. But anyways, thanks for sticking around, BB, Ebags, Simeon, Christian, of course, and everyone else. I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Take care. Bye.